Modding a 3DS for the first time, the experience. So guys, as we all know, the Nintendo 3DS eShop closes on March 27th, 2023, which means that it will no longer be possible to make purchases in Nintendo eShop for the Wii U system and the Nintendo 3DS family. It will also no longer be possible to download free content, including game demos. I said all this on my previous video about Nintendo 3DS, and I got some comments saying I should mod my 3DS, which I gave it a thought. If I mod my 3DS, I will have a whole of Nintendo 3DS library of games, which sounds cool. I will also be allowed to play games from different regions, which may not be available in my country. And the best part of it all is that a modded 3DS will allow me to use cheat codes or hacks in game, which can give me an advantage during difficult levels in games and also enhance my gaming experience. But there's a problem. Yes, the problem is I haven't modded a 3DS before and I don't know how it's been done. So I made some research on how to mod a 3DS, and I found this one website which helped one to mod his or her 3DS or 2DS properly, which is called 3ds.hacks.guide. So I went on my Chrome browser to search on this website so I can follow the guidelines to help me mod my 3DS properly. The first instruction given to me by the website was to check if my 3DS was already modded. I know my 3DS has not been modded before, but I just have to follow instructions. So I checked it by holding the select button while I power on the 3DS, and no unusual menu was seen, which means that my 3DS has not been modded before. The next step was for me to update my 3DS to the latest version. So guys, let's do that now. I'm going to be taking you step by step on how I go through the process, everything. This video isn't a tutorial on how to mod your 3DS. I'm just going to be sharing with you the process and what made me stop at the process and decided not to mod my 3DS again. That is the purpose of this video. So guys, let's get straight to the video. So guys, I did that by going to my settings, then I clicked on system settings. And this is the system version of my Nintendo 3DS. It's version 9.9.04e. So I need to update it by connecting to the internet. So I was told to slide up my Wi-Fi so I can connect to an hotspot. So then I slide it up and then brought my phone to turn on my mobile hotspot so I can use my Nintendo 3DS to connect to my phone hotspot. Then click on connection settings. Click on new connection, manual setup, search for access points. Now it's searching for access points. Access point found. So this is the name of my mobile. I clicked on it. I was told to input my password. Then I quickly did that. Yes, okay. Save as connection to. Okay again. Now it's testing connection. So it took just a few seconds. Then it was successful. Connection successful. Then click on OK. We are going to read this letter. We are going to skip that. Now I'm going to be heading back to my home. So guys, we have successfully connected to the internet. And now I'm heading back to the main menu. They wrote internet above there. Now I click on system settings so I can now go and update my system. Click on other settings. Then I'll go to the fourth row. Now I saw system update and click on system update. Okay, connect to the internet. Important about system updates. Just skip this, but if you have time to read it, you can go ahead and read it. I accept. You click that. Okay. My Nintendo 3DS is fully charged, so I don't need to plug in any AC adapter. So the updating process has begun. and this took just a few minutes. It's done. It's depending on your internet connection. So the system update has been completed, and this is it. The system is updated right now. I'm going to click on the setting so I can see the latest update or the latest version of the system right now. So this is the version. The version is 11.16.049e. That is the system update. The next instruction given to me by the website was to format my SD card to FAT32, which I'm going to be doing right now. So I removed my SD card from my 3DS and then slide it or inserted it into my PC so I can then format it to FAT32. And this is it. I right click the SD card and then scroll down to format. Then change the file system to FAT32. And then click on start to proceed the format. It gave me a warning message, just click OK. So I got this message, the disk is write protected. How to prevent the disk is write protected is, so I check my SD card. It's unlocked, it's not locked. The lock button is slide to the top side, which means it's unlocked. So the cause of this problem is this part, this cut off part of the SD card. It needs to be covered in order to prevent that. So I brought a white tape to cover that and brought my scissors to cut off some parts. I cut the suitable parts to cover it, which means it's going to be very small. Just take my time doing it so I won't mess up the whole tape with my fingerprint. So this is it. Just little. And then cover that part. That cut off part. Cover it completely. I think there's a signal inside that part that causes the write protected. Something is there that causes it to be write protected, but when I cover it, it won't display that again. So I inserted it into the PC and then right click on the SD card. Now scroll down to format and then change it to FAT32. Then start the process. Okay. Immediately format complete. So if you have a problem like this is the solution. You just need to cover that part with a white tape and you are good to go. So the next step is for me to insert the SD card into the 3DS so the 3DS can read the SD card. Then I turn on the 3DS. Creating home menu management information. Please do not remove the SD card. So now it's just created home menu on the SD card. So guys, I decided to go back to the website and read all the instruction on how to mod the 3DS, and I read everything. I spent a lot of time reading it. Then I made a decision to stop the process because it requires a lot of time, effort. You have to remove your SD card, insert it into the PC, copy files, paste files on the Nintendo, a lot of work. And I'm not sure that if I follow the process, I'm going to be 100% correct. Everything is going to work perfectly fine. So I don't want to risk my Nintendo 3DS or damage it, because modding a 3DS has its own negative effects, which is risk of breaking. Modding your 3DS can potentially break it, meaning that it becomes unusable and cannot be repaired without professional help. This can happen if you make a mistake during the modding process or if you install incompatible software to your 3DS. This will definitely happen. And when this happens, you can't do anything to the 3DS. It's just as good as nothing. It won't be usable. You can't do anything. So I can't risk my 3DS for this. That is why I decided to stop. And also, if you connect your modded 3DS to Nintendo Online service, there's a risk of being banned from accessing those services. This could include online play, eShop purchase, and firmware updates. If there's any latest firmware version, I won't be able to update my Nintendo 3DS, which I thought of it and decided not to continue with the process. So what do you think about this? Is modding the 3DS worth it? Is it worth it? Let me know in the comment section.